everybody, it's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. If you're just joining us, Charlamagne gave Donkey of the Day to who?
Man, it's a young man in North Carolina named Sean Simpson. He's 16 years old.
Okay.
And he broke down in tears in court after being charged as an adult for murder. Can we hear this young man?
Court made him as a hold without bond. Court finds sufficient allegations to support the charges. Considering the relevant facts of the charges, he is ordered held without.
Very sad. 16-year-old kid, he found out that he's going to be tried as an adult and not as a child, broke down in tears. I think it hit him right there. I think he realized, like, I might not never come out ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because he's not really about that life. That's what happened.
So we're asking 800-585-1051, do you feel bad for him?
It's hard to say you feel bad for the boy, but I'm sad about the overall situation because it's a never-ending cycle of just gun violence in our community. And, you know, this kid is 16 years old. You would think at 16 he would have enough, you've seen it happen enough times to know what the end result is. You would think so. But it feels like people just keep making the same mistakes over and over. And I hate the fact that they're saying he's in a detention center now receiving treatment for emotional and behavioral issues. Nobody saw that. Since he's been alive 16 years, he just goes from zero to murder. Nobody saw that.
It don't matter. And you know, it's effed up. I don't feel bad for the young man. I'm sad that it happened, but I don't feel bad for him. Once you put that gun in your hand and you use that gun, consequences happen. And you fired that gun, and now he has to deal with the consequences. The sad thing is that young man was failed somehow, some way. Maybe it was parenting, maybe it was mental issues, like you said. It was something that failed that young man, and we need to have these conversations. And a lot of times we don't have these conversations till it's too late. We need to have, his ego was bruised, and we need to be able to say,
that's what it is.
You can.
Not really put this shit on no mental issues.
No,
or
not mental issues, but his ego was bruised. He lost the fight, and he couldn't take the loss, and he came back and wanted to make himself feel better and feel good.
He had the gun or whatever, and you need to go. You know what I mean? Like all of that, the social pressure gets to these kids, and they living their lives looking at these YNs online, and then you want to do that, then you break down in jail, you asking for your mother.
Right.
I mean, you break down in court,
right.
You about to go to jail, you asking for your mother. No, the other kid can't even have his mother. His mother ain't got no kid
son,
no
right.
more. Like, no, I don't feel sorry for his ass.
No, I don't feel sorry for him, but, you know, we always talk about solutions, and sometimes we need to have these conversations a lot earlier. Like, it's okay to lose a fight.
Though. That's the point. Like, you were having the conversations. All the resources are available. None of this is new. I'm 46 years old. Like, we've been having these conversations at the beginning of time, and it seems like nobody is learning. That's why I say you should feel bad for the situation, because it's a never-ending cycle. And whatever this system is that exists, as long as there are products of that system, like this kid Sean, any of us could be a victim.
No, you're right. But I also feel like hopefully these young kids out there that are thinking about it sees this kid and say, you know what? I don't want to be that.
I would hope
but
so.
It doesn't seem like they do. It seems like that's not going to be me. That's the thing I always say all the
think
time.
about it. That ain't even the first young man we seen break down in court once the reality of them consequences hit him. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen them young men pass out in court, you know, cry, break down in tears, start screaming for their mama when they get sentenced to 100 years. That's why, you know, I respect guys like Wallow or anybody that's gone to do like them long prison sentences and come home and tell people the reality of what's going on in those jails, the reality of the choices that they're making out here. But guess what? Even with all those examples, these kids are still making them.
Right.
So
because he also spoke on the fact that he can't expect for you to. He can preach to them all day, like Wallow said, sitting on Shannon Sharp show.
Yep.
I can speak to you all day, I can tell you, but if I can't provide the resources for you or like help you make a change right now, because this is all you know, or this is what the environment that you're in, then I can't really be mad at you when you do things like this. I do understand that,
and that's why I'm speaking to the system.
Yeah, I understand that, but at some point, it's still it's still a situation where it's like, yo, I shouldn't be doing this. Like, man, these kids know what's up. I bet you if he didn't get caught, he would be going around bragging about it, or it wouldn't even be.
Absolutely.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's when they get caught.
But that mother, like you said, that mother lost a child.
Yes.
Like, and if anybody out there has ever lost a child or something and put yourself in that predicament, no, you want that, whoever did it, you want them to be in jail forever.
I don't think we're not saying the wrong. We're saying that we don't feel bad for the young man, but we feel sad for the system. Because think about what Jess just said. Jess just said them kids know better, right?
I think they do.
So if you know better, why are you not choosing better? That's what should scare people.
I don't think they think about the consequences when they're doing it.
But that's what should scare.
Right.
That is what should scare people.
You're right.
Wow, don't you think about consequences? You just killed somebody.
Malika,
Yes.
good morning.
Good morning.
Talk to us.
So, ask the question again.
Do you feel sorry for the young man?
Do you feel sorry for the young man?
Yes or no? Only reason I'm yes or no is because I'm a mom of 3 boys, and I know when kids that are black and brown like us, they come out as products of their environment. And so me watching him break down, I feel like I need more details. Like, there is young men out here that really are, like, evil, and they go out to kill. But if you grow up in this environment, you know, like, some kids have to do certain things they feel like to survive. So I just feel like bad for both kids. The kid that lost his life, the family, but then the kid who's also losing his life to the system that we were raised in.
That's right. And when you're a young, impressionable 16-year-old, every single song, every movie tells you to retaliate.
Yep.
Every movie tells you, get it back in blood. You got, you got to go back and get your op if your op do something dirty to you.
But that's why as parents, too, you got to make sure you have control of your kids and make sure they're not being raised by these songs and these movies and these artists that are doing entertainment.
And just their environment, period. I don't want to just put it all on the art.
You're right,
but,
but
their
the art
period.
and their environment as well, because it could be their friends. It could be the
even
things
the
that they
parents,
see.
though, because I'm telling you, like, parents, you lose control. Like, you can't, like, your parents can't be with you 24/7. They still gonna do it.
Right. Hello, who's this?
What's up, boss? Yo, this is Not Playing Dre. What's going on, y'all?
What's up, bro? Talk to us. What's your thoughts, bro? You feel bad for this young man?
I do feel bad for this young man. Absolutely. I want to say I work with an organization in Harlem by the name of Fathers Forward, a 501c3, and we're directly connected to parent and community engagement. This is exactly why these type of things happen, because our men don't have anybody to talk to. They don't have anybody to trust with their sensitivities, and that's a huge part of what Fathers Forward is about. So I absolutely feel for the young man that committed the crime, and I absolutely feel for the family that lost their life. Absolutely. But I just wanted to resonate on your point, Envy. Gun violence is worse, because me and Envy, we're from the same era. I'm from the Bronx, you're from Queens. We're around the same age. Gun violence absolutely is worse, even statistically showing. Putting the guns in the hands of these young people, it's absolutely abhorrent. So thank you, guys. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, brother. 800-585-1051. Now, Charlamagne gave Donkey today to a 16-year-old boy.
Sean Simpson, who got charged with murder as an adult, he killed, I want to say the brother's name, too. The brother's name is Zaquavius Dawkins. Rest in peace to the young brother, Zaquavius Dawkins. They had a fight in school, and then the previous year, and then the dude, Sean, came back and shot Zaquavius later.
And it's okay to take an L. I just want to tell kids that.
Absolutely.
And people it's okay to take. We've seen Charlamagne take an L on video. You know what I mean? I've taken L's before. I'm sure Jess, she's from Baltimore. I'm sure you took an L. It's okay. It's all right. Like, that makes you stronger. That makes you better. It's okay.
That's why I said during Donkey, when that anger
live until another
rises,
day.
think of the consequences. Everybody got ego, and social media makes it bad. And it ain't even just the kids. You got grown adults that fall victim to what people are saying on social media. Like, they go in there, they read the comments. So imagine getting into a fight, and then it goes online, and not just your whole school, though. That is what you think is the whole world.
You're right.
Is coming after you. But that still don't give you a reason to go take a life and throw your life away.
You feel bad for this 16-year-old boy? Let's discuss. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. If you're just joining us, we're talking about Charlamagne's Donkey today. Now, you gave Donkey today to who?
A 16-year-old named Sean Simpson in North Carolina who's being charged with murder, man. Him and a young brother named Zaquavius Dawkins got into a fight in high school the previous year, and then this dude, Sean, just came back and killed him in January.
We're asking 800-585-1051. Do you feel sad for that young brother? Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Josh from the north side of Houston.
Hey, what's up, Josh? Talk to us. What's your thoughts, brother?
Man, all I want to say is that you can't do the crime, don't do the time. If you're not ready for a grown man charge, don't be out here playing a grown man's game.
That's a fact.
You're right. Thank you, Josh.
Man, it's kind of different out here. Yes, sir.
Hello, who's this?
Amalia.
Hey, good morning. We're talking about this young man that allegedly shot 2 teens. Do you feel bad for the young man?
He shot 2?
Yeah, 2.
Yeah, one
shot
died.
2 teens.
Oh,
One
wow.
died. Do you feel bad for the young man? You know, he's being tried as an adult.
I feel bad because, in general, the youth, that's another youth that is not going to see a future. But I mostly feel bad for that mother
Like, both mothers are now suffering the loss of a child. One is in prison, and she's going to do time with her son in prison, and the other one, her son is not there. And if they have other kids, this is going to really impact how they show up for the rest of those children, potentially harming how those other youths also show up.
All right. Well, thank you, Mama.
Thank you.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, good morning. This is Ebony.
Hey, Ebony, good morning. What's your thoughts?
So I agree with both of you guys. I don't feel sad for the defendant. I feel sad for the situation and the victim and, of course, his family. I'm from New York, and like you said, Envy, off the bat, you're getting at least 5 years for getting caught with a gun.
Right.
Down here in the Carolinas, these kids, they feel as though, yeah, I'll do juvie time and get out. No, you're getting waked up and tried as an adult. That's what they fail to realize.
Yeah, and they just changed the law in North Carolina. That maybe this kid thought that and didn't know the law because they just changed the law.
Really?
Yeah, in December.
Yes.
They changed the law in December.
Exactly. And with my line of work, I see it more and more and more. I'm a juvenile probation officer for Charleston County.
And, you know, the crazy thing is all these laws change so fast. Like even in New York, New Jersey, even if you do a home invasion now or you break into somebody's home, if you steal something out of that home, before I think now it's a second-degree felony where before it wasn't. So these laws are changing, and these kids are going to find out the hard way.
Man.
Exactly. Laws are changing and the penalty is even more higher.
Right, and the fact that, you know, now they're allowing people to actually have guns. You don't know who has a gun and who doesn't. Leave people alone, like, please, man. This is
even before that, even if you don't have a gun legally, they just carrying guns. It's why I say it's hard to feel bad for the boy, but I am sad about the overall situation because it's a never-ending cycle of gun violence in our communities, and we're talking about an overall system, and it just does not seem like this cycle is being broken in any way, shape, or form.
Hello, who's this?
This is Raquel Warren.
Hey, Raquel. Good morning. What's your thoughts, Raquel?
Good morning. My thoughts right now, I'm actually headed to pick out a casket for my 16-year-old son.
Oh, man.
His name is,
I'm sorry to
his
hear
name
that.
is Tyree Campbell.
I'm sorry to hear that, Mom.
Sunday, he was shot and killed by someone he thought was a friend. And because the boy who shot him is the son of a police, everything is being swept under the rug, and people are afraid to come forth and say exactly what they saw. Because we, just a little bit, just to back up, I'm a single mother of 4. I have a 17-year-old. Tyree was 16. I have a 13-year-old and a 10-year-old daughter. So the boy who shot him, he thought was a friend. He's 19. When I arrived to the scene, the boy's father was on the scene already. And I automatically felt like he shouldn't have been allowed to be on the scene because his son had shot and killed. Not only that, he shot one of his other friends, but he survived. But they're trying to say it was an accident. But when is it an accident? When you pull out your gun and aim and shoot. Right. So he's been charged with involuntary manslaughter and 2 orders of disorderly conduct. That should be for the boy who's still living. My son should have a murder charge. It should be a murder charge for him shooting and killing my son.
And where you calling
like
from?
I said, it's small town.
Where you calling from?
From Prosper, Georgia. But my kids are originally from Walterboro, South Carolina. But I left there when they was a toddler.
Wow.
Man, I'm so sorry that you're going through what you're going through, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's the absolute worst. I have no business going to pick out a casket for my 16-year-old son.
You're absolutely right. I'm so
I have
sorry.
absolutely no business going to do.
Well, I mean,
so I'm trying to share.
What can we do to help you? I mean, do you want to, I don't know what you can you say the person's name, or do you want to say,
well,
do you know who
I'm
killed
not
your
sure
son?
if I can because I'm not sure if I can because he's 19.
Gotcha.
But I do have a Facebook. I've been trying to, make it aware of it, because like I said, it's a small town that we live in. So I feel because he's the son of a police officer that it's going to get swept under the rug. It's not going to get attention like that because people are scared to come forth.
Well, what we'll do is we'll put you on hold, and producer will get all your information, and you can just keep us abreast to everything that's going on, and if we can help you in any way, we would love to.
All right, thank you so much.
Hold on, okay?
Okay.
All right, well. All right, we have a moral to the story?
I mean, the moral of the story to me, man, is just like, even though gun violence has always been prevalent in our communities, if it's getting worse, that's because the system isn't broken. It's designed to work that way. It's a reason they don't put resources in certain communities. They don't want our kids to have education. These kids aren't getting, behavioral and mental health treatment early. They don't want our kids to have opportunities to be the best versions of themselves. And that's why this cycle doesn't end, because it's a never-ending cycle. And, whatever the system is that exists, as long as there's products of that system, roaming these streets, we always going to have to watch our backs. Like, it shouldn't be easier to get a gun than it is a good education. Right. It shouldn't be easier to get a gun than it is to get good, behavioral or mental health resources.
Right. It shouldn't be easier to get a gun than it is to get a job.
That's a fact.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up. Early in the morning. The Breakfast Club.